Hi there, and next up on Man vs Pixels, I've been playing Cryptark. Cryptark is a roguelite sort of 2D action shooter. It's a sci-fi sort of space salvage game. You're part of a space salvage crew. You've got to go through these derelict ships and collect the goodies within. It's a top-down sort of twin-stick controlled kind of game, although you play it just as well with mouse and keyboard. Controllers not necessary. So you make your way through these derelict spacecraft, destroying the systems and enemies within, collecting any goodies you find, and then to complete the map or complete the level you have to destroy the core. And then you move on to the next stage where you pick another vessel to go through. Now the next stage will be like slightly harder, the vessels will be slightly bigger, they'll have more enemies, more systems protecting the core to be destroyed, and just generally more tricky. Until you get to the final stage, which is the Cryptark itself, which is a really big ship with loads of enemies and loads of systems, and very difficult to get through. And once you've done that, then you kind of start again, but at a higher difficulty with more stuff, and you unlock certain other game modes within the options as well. So it's a roguelite game, and that means permanent death, procedurally generated levels, and a generally high degree of difficulty once you've passed like the first kind of introductory ease you in stage. You basically kit out a suit, your mech kind of suit that you wear, with various guns and explosives and items, health packs, and then you go out to tackle the derelict ship that you've chosen. As you go through the ship, you can unlock new tech that will then be available for you to equip the next time you go through. And it's all based on like a budget. You have a certain amount of money to spend or to equip your suit with, and then once you leave your ship, that money's then deducted from your bank account, and the ships that you're going to salvage will have a value once you complete it. And there's also side objectives to complete as well, which will give you bonuses in money at the end. Like some side objectives might be to destroy every system, or to leave some systems intact, or to only use a particular type of weapon, or to take your suit out with under a certain budget. And if you complete these bonus objectives, you get bonus dollars at the end, and once you complete the ship, you get awarded that money. So you've kind of got to try and budget. You can kit your suit out with like loads of stuff once you've unlocked it, but that'll obviously be a really big investment, and it might not be worth it for the value of the ship that the money you're going to get when you complete the level. So you've got to balance that out. And of course, if you die, then you've lost all that. Or say you spent $150,000 on your suit to go out into the ship, and you die, you've lost that, it's gone, and you have to pay like another $100,000 to get you recovered from the ship for your next go. And so then you have another go, and the game is basically over once your bank balance gets to 0. Yep. So once you've bankrupt, game over, and you start again. Now the one thing that does persist through tries, through like game attempts, is these things called artifacts. Now when you pick a ship to go and salvage, it will tell you if there's an artifact on it, and there'll be a certain prerequisite for getting the artifact, and it might be it'd be like one of the side objectives, one of those kind of prerequisites, keeping certain system alive, or killing certain systems, or something like that. And if you collect an artifact, that'll carry on through your next try, and it's the artifacts that get used to unlock new and more powerful suits. So your first suit is pretty basic. It's got like 2 or 3 weapon slots and like 2 or 3 item slots, and other suits as you unlock them have got like more weapon slots, more item slots. They maybe have more health, base health, more armor, and stuff like that. So it certainly, once you've unlocked like a couple of the new suits, it certainly does get easier, and that's kind of the idea with these roguelike games. It's, you know, you go through multiple playthroughs, multiple tries, unlocking new stuff, and it's supposed to get easier. Not always the way, because sometimes they're too bastard hard, but this isn't too bad. It definitely got easier once I unlocked a couple of new suits. At least the first few levels did anyway. So it's a nice, clean, colourful style, nice graphics, very nice to look at, and very smooth, very cool to play. So the combat is quite varied, what with all the different weapon loadouts you can take, and quite challenging. The variety of enemies you get in the ships means that you can't just rely on like one simple tactic to work all the time. You have to vary how you approach each enemy, and what kind of works against one enemy won't work against another, so you definitely have to bear that in mind. In the ship itself, like the position of all the different systems, let me explain that a bit more. Like, you have to kill the core to complete the level, and the core can be protected by like multiple shields or security systems, so you always have to at least destroy the shield system first, because the core's like invulnerable until you destroy the shield. You don't have to destroy the security system that's protecting it, but if you don't, as soon as you start attacking the core, the alarm will go off and you'll start getting flooded with enemies. So you best kill that core pretty quickly if you're not going to destroy the security system. One of the reasons why you might not destroy it is because that might be a side objective requisite to not destroy the security system. And these are all dotted around the ship, and like some of them can be easier to get to or harder, so that might be a reason why you leave some alive and not try and kill them, because it's just a pain in the arse. You might have to fight through a load of enemies to get there, and so yeah, you might want to leave some things alone. There's other systems that like repair. So after you destroy the system, if the repair system is still up, it will start repairing it, and it will take about like 60 seconds, and then it will be back to full health. So like if you destroy the shield protecting the core and you haven't destroyed the repair system, you best destroy the core pretty damn quickly, or the shield system's going to get repaired and then the core's going to get reshielded. There's a definite sort of risk-reward element going on, as in sort of a lot of roguelike games. It's like how long you want to stay in the ship, because yeah, you could take it nice and slow, but there is a time element. Like the longer you take to complete the level, the less money you're going to get, and if you go over a certain time limit, you actually get fined for not completing it in a quick enough time. There might be more stuff to collect in the ship, like more tech to unlock and stuff, but actually getting to it could be dangerous, might mean you take more damage, might mean you use more ammo, and it could leave you in with problems if you get all your ammo taken out, or you might get blown up yourself. So there's a definite risk-reward element as to how long you want to stay in the ship looking for stuff, how long you want to take, and how much you want to try and collect while you're in there. So once you get through, like you say, each stage you pick a ship to salvage, and then at the end you get to the Cryptark itself, which I only got to once, and that was really difficult, at least on my first try. I couldn't complete it. I was overwhelmed with enemies after a while. It just got very, very difficult. I was overwhelmed, couldn't complete it, but obviously you're supposed to keep trying, but I only got there once, and the rest of the time I just got killed on one of the stages. Well, let's say run out of money on the way on one of the stages to get there. But yeah, difficult, but enjoyable. Punishing but enjoyable. That's how I'd sum it up. It also looks great and plays really well too. So $10.99 is its full price. I played it for about 7 hours before recording this, and I say got to the Cryptark once, couldn't beat it. But like all roguelike games, it requires many playthroughs, much time invested to sort of not just to get good at it, to learn what to do, but also to unlock like the better stuff and sort of get an idea of how to plan your attack on each stage, because it definitely requires some planning. You know, you look at each ship and where the systems are and what you've got to do, just like, you know, fighting the enemies is varied, so is your plan of attack. You can't just go in there and just, you know, blindly just blow stuff up and expect to complete the level. You have to sort of plan what you're doing, and especially on the later levels requires quite a bit of planning. But I think it's definitely worth the full price. There's loads of game there to play if you get into it. $10.99 is definitely worth it, and even better if you find it on a sale. So that is Cryptark.